Amy, thanks for joining us.
Hello, how are you?
So good. How are you?
I'm all right. Like I said, day off, which is nice. Can't just all nice and refreshed, ready to go back to work. My favorite.
Yeah, I bet. So
Yeah.
but dude, how keen are you guys for Cult Fest?
Oh my gosh, it's the dumbest thing ever. I remember I got the notification, like the offer
Yeah.
on my watch, and I was like, that can't be right. Like that can't be right. And then I opened it, I'm like, oh damn, that even says like our name and everything. That's sick. I'm so excited. Oh, 10 fucking 5 6. Oh, I'm just so excited. There's so many bits. That's the one for me, but I'm so excited. My other band got to play it like last time in Melbourne. Um, and it was such a good day, the one that was in Melbourne. It was so good. So I'm so excited. If it's anything like that one, it's just such a good energy. Like all the stalls were so good last time. So I'm assuming it's gonna be the same level of ridiculous, if that makes sense. So
So you
I'm
guys had
excited.
no inkling that it was coming?
None at all.
That's
Zero at all.
amazing.
I didn't even I knew they'd like half spoken about doing another one, but I didn't even know it was like happening. And then that's when the email came through. Cause like I said, yeah, my other band had done it before. I was like, it can't be for us. We were shit at the last one. No one liked us. We were too light. And I was like, they wouldn't want us back unless they've got other light bands. And then when I opened it, I was like, oh wait, this makes more sense. Like that. Okay, yeah, fair. So it was very exciting, but no idea. I was just at work one day and the email came through and I was in our band chat, like, excuse me, yes. And everyone was like, what email? I'm like, yes. But I'm very excited. I love the AlphaWolf guys. So I apart from just getting to watch them, I'm super excited to play to like their kind of audience too. So very exciting.
Yeah, I reckon it's a damn good fit.
It's very cool. And we were kind of scared. We're like, oh shit, there's some really heavy shit on there. But then there's some like bands that have gotten a bit groovier. Like we're like, okay, Ocean Grove's here. They'll come out and do something fruity. We're not going to see that wussy, I guess. Like not that they are, but I was like, oh, we don't play in drop double Z. I don't know if we can be on this bill, but we got some stuff lined up that's going to make it good. So we're very excited. Very
Oh,
excited. Where are you based?
I'm in Brisbane.
So you'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, sick.
very much looking forward to
Watch me vomit and cry before I go on.
it. Oh, well, last time you guys were in Brisbane, you absolutely rocked it. So, or you were up here. Sorry, I beg your pardon. You were up here with the beautiful monument.
Yeah, yeah.
And that,
What was that? Oh, that was. Oh, yeah, the big
that was,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the big one. Yeah, yeah, that was sick. Vilify seems to have always had not bad shows, but they've always been such interesting shows whenever we go to Brisbane. The first time was when the floods started.
Oh,
If you
true.
remember, like that flood a couple of years ago. Yeah, like the flooding. That it seems like every time we go there, we just create terror and leave. Like unrelated to us, but it's I don't know. They're trying to get us out. Like I don't know, but
Or just leave the natural disasters down there when you come up this time.
I'll try. Also, it's like it's a bad time of year. If bushfires don't come with me, I'm surprised. But God,
So
it's the one.
have you guys worked out like a bit of a set list, or is it still being discussed? Or
Still being discussed. I'll give you this little sneaky secret. We're hoping to have another song for it.
oh,
A new one. Hopefully we've tried to line it up right, so we'll see how it goes. But there should be a new one, for that as well. So yes, I know everyone does it, but just all the new stuff. All the new stuff just has the kind of the production backing to be able to keep up with all the big dogs on that. So it's going to definitely be that. So hopefully more new stuff, but should be good. I'm very excited.
yeah, nice. What
Mm.
was the reaction from the other guys in the band to being able
They just
to?
laughed at me mostly, but they were also super excited. Denny is a massive Alpha Wolf fan as well. So I think that was just because a couple of times we've tried to do stuff with Alpha Wolf and they've tried to get us on a couple of things, especially really early. Our first ever show was meant to be Alpha Wolf
Oh,
during
true.
COVID. Yeah, that was meant to be our first ever show, but it got cancelled, as they all did, the year of the cancels. But yeah, so she like has kind of been like upset about that since then. And when the Beautiful Monument went to do Cult Fest the last time, I was like, she came and like helped us, like she like helped roadie us for us. So she like did guitar teching and just changing us batteries and stuff, which is very, very nice. But it was just cool to be there with someone that's so excited and passionate about the band. Like I am too. That's why it was super exciting for us to go together. So this is crazy because we're like actually both playing and we're both like, it's gonna be sick. But there's some great bands on it too. Like, yeah,
you got
they
like
they don't go softly, do they? They're like, yeah,
no.
just massive lineup. Have a great day. Yeah.
Yeah, I dare say they've had this in the locked and loaded in the barrel for a while. They've been working on it.
Yeah.
Get bands like CrossFaith and EMMURE.
Yeah, and I was just like, are you dumb? Like, shut up. How'd you do that? Whatever. They either have too much money or too many connections, and I'm proud that they're Australian, is all I can say.
Oh, and they're taking you along for the ride, so it's going to be
Bless.
amazing for you guys.
Yeah, it should be a good day.
But the whole year for you guys has been pretty flat out. Hey, like release the pill, take the pill at the beginning of the year, which is fucking sick.
Yeah, I was writing interview answers for someone else today, and it didn't make me. I felt like this year we didn't do much. Like it feels like when I was trying to look back, I'm like, man, it was such a slow year for us. And then I realized, I'm like, no, like including Dread Addict, there's 3 singles that were a complete change for us, and a bunch of shows in places we've never played before. And I was like, oh my god, Take the Pill was this year, and it feels like it was so. Yeah, that's what I went. What? That was this year? Oh my god, this year has gone simultaneously so quick and so slow that I was like, holy shit. Like, yeah, okay, Take the Pill. I remember that song. That feels like forever ago. But yeah, these 3, I think, for us has been so cool because it was the first time I don't know, you like, I don't know if larger artists feel it, but I think sometimes you get scared of experimenting or scared of changing, or like there's a pressure to be like heavier or more polished or something like that. And these 3 songs, we just went, no, let's just write 3 songs we want to listen to. Like we just a couple in a row just wrote songs we wanted to listen to, and Take the Pill was the first one, and everyone was like, really? It was pretty well received. Everyone really liked it. So we're like, okay, you can just write like fun. The only negative critiques we got like, oh, it's a bit simple, isn't it? And we're like, yeah, it's heaps simple. Rock on. Like, but Jenny's so talented that at guitar, that going for some stuff that's a little bit more simple was almost like difficult, if that makes sense. So it was almost showed like a maturity and restraint in that she didn't feel the need to try and impress anyone anymore. She was like, no, whatever sounds good and whatever fits the song, what fits the vibe is what I want to do. And we were just going for like heavy, jumpy, banger. I wanted to break necks this year, but without like touching anyone. I wanted everyone's neck broken. And we feel those 3 songs. We still feel like if that was what we set out to do, we feel they did it. So
yeah, 100%. It's. I'm a massive Quentin Tarantino fan, and this will make sense in a sec. But there's an interview with him that says he says something along the lines of like, if you can't find the movie that you want to watch, make it yourself.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you guys have set out to do. You wanted to hear those songs, so you made them. And I think that's really cool.
Because you talk about references and inspiration and all that sort of stuff. And so many times the things that we find inspiring, we're like, oh, I find this inspiring, but I don't want to sound like that. Like, or like, yeah, and we found ourselves doing that a lot. Like we're like, this inspires me because it makes me want to write music, but it's not what I want it to sound like. And then when we were trying to find references, we were like, oh, like this song's kind of sick. That's kind of like the vibe I meant, but nothing like that at all. And so I think that's when we went, okay, we're just gonna have to like start from like real bare bones, like bare bones, like scratch, like right down at the beginning and figure out what we want to do, write it up with the producer Chris as well. And yeah, they turned out sick. They're exactly what we wanted. Yeah, a couple of people were like, needs more techie shit, and we're like, you need more fun in your life, because that's what we wanted and that's what we got. But then our next stuff's just like dumb heavy, so I guess we had our phase. To be honest, everyone has phases, right?
How have you guys had time to be at home writing? Like you had the Atlas X Vilify shows. They look nuts.
Yeah, they were so much fun. It was the first time we'd done like a tour sort of thing, and the Atlas boys are like so good and so fun and so nice. I will be honest, it is not me. I'm the worst. I'm like the one that is like chatty and over the top, and I like pull things together last minute. I'm not the best at that sort of stuff. And I got married this year, and I had such a big year.
I know. Congratulations.
Yeah, so Kieran and Denny are the superstars of it this year. Not a single thing would have happened if they hadn't single-handedly done it themselves, because I just was not like checked in. They were like very direct. They're like, this is the thing we need from you. It is one task. Can you complete it? And I'm like, I can do the one. Thank you. And then they would go to 1,000, and I completely acknowledge and like thank them so wholeheartedly, because we wouldn't have got through this year if it wasn't for them. Kieran's the best email guy I've ever met, and Denny does most of the like bones writing stuff like at the beginning. So yeah, the fact we've got new music that we're working on already is all to the credit of Denny and also Kieran. It's nothing to do with me. So when the new music comes out, it wouldn't happen without them. And they'll probably be like, no, it's team. And I'm like, it's not team. They made it happen. And I just came in and went bleh over the top of it. So I'm not even being modest, just being honest.
Yep.
They're the best. They're the absolute best.
It still takes a team to make it, though.
I just come in and sprinkled stupidity on stuff, and it's like, all right, thanks for your assistance, Amy. I'm like, you're welcome.
No, look, like I said, after seeing you guys, the beautiful monument in Brisbane, I'm pretty sure I bumped into you. I said you had the best band mum energy, because you were just there to support everyone. Like,
yeah, I tried.
The crowd, the support acts, like you were all over it.
Yeah, I try my best. Like, it's just, I think people forget that it's like, it's stressful as well. Like, it's fun, and you can get to shows, and they are just whatever. Like they're playing a show. I feel like I've done it a million times now, but they're stressful. Like, and each time it's a different group of people. Like, you know your band, but you don't know everyone else, and you don't know how they're doing, how everything's doing. But like, yeah, I don't know. I've always just kind of gravitated to that idea of like, if everyone's good and everyone's happy and everyone's got everything they need, nothing can go wrong, even though that's so wrong. But within reason and within the power of what we can do with a bit of gaff tape, I always want to just make sure it happens, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, I get you. I spoke to Adam from the Beautiful Monument earlier in the year, and I asked him the same question. He couldn't answer, but are we ever going to get a Vilify X Beautiful Monument tour?
We played one show. Did he say that?
I think he mentioned it.
Yeah, we did a show, which was like on the Boy Division Central Coast show.
Right.
So Vilify was the like local-esque. Kieran comes from the Central Coast. We just say Newcastle because it's a really long sentence to say from Newcastle/Central Coast area. So we just say Newcastle. But yeah, we did it once, and it seemed like a great idea, right? Because just one booking, just book it in, like 2 times the fanfare. It's so much fun. Not fit enough for that, or not like emotionally, because I don't know if you've seen Vilify as well, but that were like, I feel both me and Lizzie play very different people in both bands.
Okay.
Like, our stage persona for both of them is like a little bit different. So it was super weird to be like on stage and do the Vilify stuff and be like, and like kicking, and then in TVM being like now like different, and now I'm like twerking and like it's I don't believe we probably will, but it's just both the bands, as they both grow so far away from each other.
That's fair.
I love me a mixed build. Like, I actually love it. I love when you see like a punk band and then a rock band and then like a black metal band. Like, I love it. It keeps, I think 3 of the same band in a row is actually really boring, and I don't like, cool, this sounds like the same song for 50 minutes. Like, I would actually prefer mixed bills. I think it's much more entertaining as someone watching. But I don't know if it's our age. I don't know if it's like the role reversals that make it so difficult, but it was the most exhausting thing I've ever done, and I don't think I could do it for a couple of days in a row. So I don't think so. I don't think Lizzie would say yes. Damn, I'm down. I love performing. I'd give it the biggest crack. Like, I'd try it. I don't think I could get Lizzie on board with that, unfortunately.
Okay. That's fair. I hadn't taken that into account, the exhaustion factor.
Yeah, well, that's just us whinging because we're old, but no. Yeah, I think I had it better when we did it the first time because I sung first and then played, where she had like play, flick her hair around, dance around, and then just like gone 30 minutes of cardio, and then like now sing high notes.
Yeah.
Like I was like, possibly the other way might have been better because like kick around, spin around, then just go like it was probably a bit easier, but it wasn't how it landed. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't think so.
That's all right.
Maybe a show here and there. I feel like that'll come up again probably, but
it's all right.
a whole tour. Oh. I don't have the hips for that.
That's fair. You said before, obviously last month dropped Dread Addict, and you were saying about like take the pill, like you just wanted to do something fun for the sake of you guys enjoying that track, and it worked really well. Then for me listening to Dread Addict, the Vilify sound just keeps getting better and better. I love
Thank you. I hope we don't ruin it then because it changes.
Look, change is always good.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing we kind of wanted. I feel these three, I was thinking about it when I was trying to answer some interview questions. I was like, yeah, these three, they kind of do feel like grouped together. Not that they sound the same. They weren't even tracked together. Like they weren't even thought of together, if that sort of makes sense. But they feel like a progression from each other. Like each one kind of goes more and more of elements that we feels like in Take the Pill, we like introduced a bunch of electronic stuff we'd never done before, pulled the guitars back a little bit. I did a bit more with some like different vocals I'd never done before, and that was that. And then from the inside, I feel like we did a bit more. So we did some more weird vocals we'd never done before. We had some like almost, I don't know if you can hear them as much as we can because we know they're in there, but there's some like weird like dance electronic bits in there, like in layers, and like it's really sonically quite like thick. And then Dread Addict, we were like, okay, so how do we go more on that? And then we're like, well, Lizzie's singing in it and we're doing this, and we're like adding way more electronic stuff because we're just trying to like kind of outdo ourselves. And yeah, I think that's why the next stuff is coming out a little bit more raw, because we liked how the sound was developing, and we're like, well, that's like a facet of our sound now, and I know we can always go back to it, and we're very confident in it now, which is sick. It's like when we perform it live, it's also the stuff that feels the best for us. Like those three songs, everyone goes, the new's always the best. And no, but it actually feels really good because we're not trying to be anyone else. It's how we would play it, it's how it sounds. And Dread Addict's probably the closest to that. Like the first time we had to play it for like rehearsal's sake to be able to perform it, we smashed it and we're like, oh, well, that's how it goes. Cool. Next song. Like, yeah, but normally they take it like a little bit more finessing for us, because we're a bit critical. But yeah, we love where they are, and I never thought, how do I put it? Yeah, I think you said it well. We went out, we just saw music we wanted to make, and we made it, and we feel like we did it so much that we're like, oh, something else now. So the next stuff is a little bit different. I feel like it feels different to us, but I think to everyone else thinking about it, no, this was the obvious next step, but we're like, we're breaking the mold, we're so worldly, but it's just going to be the next step. But yeah,
no, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the new stuff. That's going to be rad.
Yeah, Dread Addict, I reckon, is my favorite song. I always have made the comment, if it's not my new favorite song, every time we put a song out, we shouldn't put it out. And I still feel like that about Dread Addict. Like, I know that's a hard ask, but
it's an interesting philosophy to have.
Yeah, well, I just, if you're not improving each time, unless there's like another reason behind it. So, like, I guess I'd probably like to Take the Pill better than From the Inside, but the message from the inside was important, and for me, that was like inclusive of if it's not better than the last one as well, where I'm like, wow, this one's like, those songs are so like introspective, and that's like cool, but I'm like having one that was more talking about other people felt like really important at that time, so it wasn't just like the entire Vilify body of work is just me whinging about myself. So that felt like, again, that's like growth and development. So every single time I want it to be like my new favorite, not necessarily because the song is like cooler, but because it's pushed a boundary of some sort. And Dread Addict definitely felt like that. Putting cleans in, everyone's like, you won't, because that's TBM. And we're like, yeah, but they're not really cleans. They're not really sung. Like, they're in there, but it's more melodic than it is.
It's another layer to the song.
Yeah. And that's what we want to be like. We don't want to go too far with that because it's kind of treading on toes a little bit. But yeah, that was, yeah. I love Dread Addict. I'm almost sad to release another one because I'm like, this is the one. I like this one so much. Leave it as the most recent one, please. So when people ask me, like, what's your new single about? Like this, I can be like, yeah, it's good. Go listen to that one. Yeah. I don't hate it. It must be all right.
You guys must be like completely frantic or extremely well organized for this year. But you and Lizzie yourselves, like, how have you handled, like, this year you've had Escape the Fate and Evanescence with TBM and now CVLTFEST. Like, how do you guys keep from cracking, like, with
disassociating a lot? No. Yeah. Really good support from the people around us, genuinely, in both bands. I feel like Lizzie and I both definitely owe the whole year to the people around us, if that makes sense. We were pretty focused on the wedding for ages, so because there was like a big drama around that as well. But we were really focused on like getting that one over the line because we planned it for so long, and there was so much drama around it that we were just like, we just need to get this over the line. Like, it feels impossible. It feels like it's never going to happen. So we know we were sort of like one track minded for a bit, but yeah, the Beautiful Monument guys, especially our manager Hulis, just like pulled all of it together. Like Evanescence told us, we got the offer for Evanescence I think a week and a half before it started.
Wow.
Yeah, and when we were on the tour, we asked, we're like, what's that about? And they're like, oh, we just always do that. And I'm like, don't. Please don't. Yeah, like, just so you know, please don't. Like, but yeah, and our like booking agent Mackenzie and Hulis pulled that together out of their asses. Like, we were booking flights like the day before for some of that because we had no notice and we're just trying to figure out how to get around. So everything after that just felt kind of smooth sailing because that was the most chaotic thing that's ever happened to me. But yeah, just I haven't slept. I haven't done anything. This I was thinking about it the other day. Do you know how I said I had a day off today? The other day, like last weekend, I had a day off and I was trying to figure out when my last day off was. And I was like, I think it was about 6 months ago. Like,
wow. Yeah,
I'm exhausted. I kind of thrive on it a little bit. And I think you have to be, otherwise you would just die. But it's maybe a little bit too much. I thrive on like 95% chaos, but I'm about 98, I think. But
pushing the threshold.
I think we also had this, like, I think everyone does this, but like coping of like, I just need to get to here. If I can get to this bit, I'm good. So I'm like, I don't need to sleep or eat well. I just got to get to here. Like, so we know. I always do the thing where I'm like, easy said than done. I was like, December's out because I work in retail at a place of retail. There you go. I work in retail and I was like, December's out. Like, December is my job time. I have to like go and make money for December. So hilariously, like the busiest time for work, where I'm at work and everyone's stressing out, I'm like, this is the calmest I've been. I have weekend. This is so nice. No one's really annoying me for anything. Like, I'm all good. I've got a couple of tracking days, and then apart from that, I'm just at work and just at home. And everyone's like, Christmas is so much. I'm like, nah, dog, this is it. This is relaxing. Like, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
So there you go. Sleep deprivation and disassociation.
Caffeine. So much caffeine. Oh my God, my liver. I don't know what's going on there. Kidneys, I don't know. Organs. At this point, it's just a can of Monster from here. But no, but genuinely, the only thing, if this is like a genuine question of how to deal with that stuff, because I know some people take that seriously. Yes, I do have a lot of caffeine, but I have not in this entire time let, like, I love weightlifting and stuff. So I've like been making sure I still fit in fitness and water. And I think it's literally the only reason. I think I've got sick like 2 or 3 times. I was expecting to just get sick every week. So, but I didn't. So lots of water, actually lots of exercise, which sounds counterintuitive to not having time and needing to relax, but I wouldn't have been able to, genuinely don't think I would have been able to do it without those two things, and just my friends.
The support.
They're all being so patient that I'm always so busy, and I'm just the shittest human because I just don't have time for anything, and they're all so sweet. So they all put up with me, so it's nice.
Excellent. I'm not going to ask the whole generic thing like, what have you got on for next year, blah, blah, blah. But have you guys set any goals or milestones for 2024 that you're aiming for?
Yes. And I'm happy to tell you this because I think someone already said it. We originally were like, let's just do a couple of singles and see how we feel. But we were like getting kind of bored with the concept. Like that seems to be the flavor of the month. Like everyone's like singles and this and this and this. And it was kind of like we were haphazardly just like writing. And then we like had the weird like, nah, fuck it. Let's like do an EP or an album or something. So it's just going to be an EP. But we were like, let's do a larger body of work again that's got the concept. And so we're doing EP for next year at bare minimum. Like we're setting like achievable goals, I think, if that makes sense. So EP, bare minimum. And then same goes. We always say it and it feels like it never happens in my mind. But then when I start looking back at how many dates and how many days I haven't had free, I obviously do it. But more shows. We just want to get around more. And I think everyone says that, but I feel like we've been to Melbourne. You can count it like 3 times. Brisbane, I think like 2 or 3 times. We still haven't made it to Adelaide. Every single time has gotten cancelled for some reason. Like, yeah, it's just, yeah. We're sick of Sydney, sick of Newcastle. I'm never sick of Newcastle. But like, yeah, it feels like we're hitting the same places over and over again. And as much as it's nice to see familiar faces and be like, hi, good to see you again. You know the words, this is cool. But I think it's so much more exciting to see like faces of people that don't know the words but are enjoying it, and I like want more of that. If that doesn't sound stupid, like I want to go somewhere that no one knows who we are, but then go, I didn't know you and I really liked it, because that's the bit in me that goes one year over. I want more of that.
I'm sure you guys can get that done.
Yeah, but I'm sure there probably is more goals. They're gonna, if the guys listen to this, they'll be like, Amy, we have an entire chart of our goals for next year, and I'm like, I don't know how to get to the chart. Like, it's
we sent you an email last week. What are you doing?
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what the email says. Call me. I'm old. But yeah, I think the big one is new music, heaps more shows.
Nice.
The heaps more shows is the big one. The music is to be able to play more shows, I think, if that it doesn't sound too...
one feeds the other.
Yeah, so I think that's the aim for next year. And CultFest kind of like booted that in the right direction very early. 100%. So we're like, all right, so this we're hoping that like that's will be like the good start to a good year. So yeah. Awesome. More shows, more music.
Yeah, can't wait to see you guys back out on the road.
Yeah, we're actually in Brisbane soon. I think we're in Brisbane not this weekend, but next weekend. Look at that. Yeah, we're doing, I was gonna say, I think it's called Aftermath Fest or something. I don't know.
Okay, cool.
With our friends in Barebones and some other people. It's a festival, so I'm not going to be able to remember that many names. But we've been playing a couple of shows with the guys in Barebones. So yeah, Brisbane next weekend, I think.
Sweet.
See, I had one day off, and then I'm like, nah, back at it. Like, oh, what is this life? Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're going to keep an eye out for that. But Amy, thank you so much for your time.
Anytime. And sorry for every time, the other time. My bad. But we did it. We got here. Look at us go.